Let's. Seal End is currently Shadow 14. I'm hoping we can push 15 or 16 with an E3 Horus, and then I will save his regression for later. But let's level up a hero we don't need. Goodbye, OD. So we will run HP, Crit, and Purify on him. Full Warrior. We've got the Fearless. I don't have a Withered Armor or a Crown. And block isn't useful for him. I've got the block HP stone. Let's level him up before I forget. And yeah, so I'll probably highlight this and put it to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, we just made an E3 Horus on this account that we don't need. So we're going to try and push Sealand a little further. Yeah, Christ, I think Horus is a great first E5 hero, but later on he really doesn't have a ton of uses. He can do solid PvE damage. He can actually serve as a really crappy Athakwa replacement if you make him first. So if people had an E5 Horus and build the Laciums, he will give the bleed, but yeah, I agree. I would only make him as like first, maybe second, probably not third E5, and then after that point, he loses a lot of usefulness. Alright, so Horus is done. For now, we will skip the E5 Athakwa, although she will probably push us a lot further than anything else. We'll run a 6-star Deathsworn with just an energy artifact. He's here to get us some burn. We'll throw an energy artifact on our 6-star Lutz. I guess we'll just throw... Where are the Demon Bells? They are still with Heartwatcher from Flame Shrine. We'll use a Demon Bell since it doesn't matter. And then let's level up some Ice Trolls. So for those of you who haven't tried Shadow Seal End, 3 Ice Trolls is pretty useful for budget teams because you get the active skill from them if they survive that first round. It's going to lower the armor of the targets, which will help your Horus and whoever else do damage, and has that chance to stun them. Hey Andre, so if you take a look at Garuda's passive, I need to remember which one. I think it's her second passive. So Garuda's second passive, Instinct of the Hunt, whenever anyone else on your team does an active or basic attack, Garuda is going to shoot one of her arrows herself. So if you have actually 2 Garudas on your team, you'll notice that your matches are going to take forever. Because say your Cthulhu does, or you said you had a Norma. So when your Norma does an attack, the Garuda is going to assist her and throw another one of her feathers. So 2 Garudas, they're going to both be throwing attacks. Yeah, it's a great passive. It's part of the reason she does some decent damage. But yeah, if you're able to skip matches when you have that Garuda, it will be a little faster. Okay, so we will build 3 tanky Ice Trolls. And I wish BlueStacks clicked fast, but it doesn't. And we'll need to grab the Fearless Armors. We should be able to make them fairly tanky with even a 5-4-2-2 split. And if your lineup is full Garuda, you better be able to skip matches. If they're surviving, that's going to be a real long match. Oh wow, we've got plenty of 6-star for these guys. Excellent. Alright, so all of these Ice Trolls are going to be a 2-2 split with Fearless. Their job is to survive that first round and do their active on the second round. I think both the Laciums are running Fearless for now. We'll give that back to them later. And I think our Scary has the a third one. Nope. Who do we have with Fearless? Heartwatcher had a Demon Bell. Tanky Garuda. Alright, we'll just grab that. We don't need that right now. We'll grab the Rune's Power. So now we got 3 Fearless for our tank trolls. I mean, 5 Garuda would be fun with a Norma. Norma's not that great of a healer after the early game. She'll help you a ton early, but later on, your best healers are going to be your Belrains. Crazed, he's super early, so he was talking about Norma. It's his best healer. And honestly, Norma's, on my free-to-play account, Norma's the only hero I've leveled up. Especially after removing the round 15 cap, she can solo campaign levels herself very slowly with enough healing power. Yeah, for 3 Garuda has some. You could probably build a team around 3 Garuda if you really had the copies and wanted to, but at that point, you still find better teams with 2 Garudas. I actually need to swap to a 2 Garuda team myself. I was saving that for sort of the account doctor level up because I'm still running Ada, 1 carry, 1 Amun, Aspen, Mim, and 1 Garuda. I only recently finished that 2nd Garuda, so I will replace Mim with the 2 Garuda lineup, and then Mim will be in the cheese team for Ida. Also need to finish that E3 Belrain. Alright, so did we finish that 2nd troll? They're so weak, they're still at the bottom. Alright, this one needs Fearless. 2-2 split with the 6-5. 2-2 split with the 6-5. This one needs to be leveled up. I originally was planning on pushing the Horus to E5 for that tower and whatnot, and then replacing with Gustin. Unfortunately, Gustin has sort of fallen out of the meta, and I also accidentally made him 6-star. I don't really have any use for Shadow Heroes. I guess if I get a bunch more Thakwa copies, I could replace him. Yeah, Norma and Starlight are so good early on, and it's great that you get Starlight as your first hero. Although, I know when I first started, Illyria was the first 5-star you get, first 6-star you get, really. And she's also pretty strong. Late game, the best priest is either going to be Belrain, probably just Belrain, yeah, even Amun-Ra on a slightly lower tier. So it's going to be this hero right here, Andre. So Belrain, her active skill is going to increase your team's attack. They're going to increase your speed. They're going to potentially lose status effects, things like that. And then also, if she dies, she will heal your heroes round after round. She's a great late game healer as well as sort of buffer. Yeah, Ormus has some really interesting, not even niche teams, but teams built around knowing you're going to have an Ormus are really interesting. Especially now with this round 15 change. I could see some weird like Ormus double Sherlock teams just surviving forever. Did we finish that 3rd ice troll? I'm easily distracted for those of you who haven't watched before. Alright, so same split on this ice troll, 6-5 split. Survive to the 2nd round, and we'll see how it goes. I don't have enough guild coins to push further. Oh, we'll do that later. But we got 30 and 9 in Mage and Priest, so let's see how it goes. I think that's everything. Alright, so we've got Shadow 14 so far. Horus here. Lutz here. We're not going to run the Athakwa yet. We're trying not to cheat too hard. Hopefully people with lower budget teams can run a team like this. Oh, we have way too much fodder. This is what happens when you're a hoarder, guys. Alright, so Deathsworn first slot. Yeah, Rogan is essentially a S or A tier priest himself now with all of these buffs. Even in GDP's team where he was building it for damage, he was not putting out significant damage in PvE or PvP. I guess he attacks first and can crit, which, you know, he fits the assassin class, but he functions more as a supporter. Alright, so 6-star Deathsworn in the front with the energy to get the burn. Horus to block. Lutz to maybe get us some lucky stuns. Let's see how it goes. We will throw the Athakwa in later to see if we can push further, but... Alright, so the 3 Ice Trolls live, which is their job, so hopefully they can get some debuffs and stuns as front heroes. So yeah, now it's a matter of RNG and Horus surviving. We don't have Unbending. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how far this will take us. Normally you don't want to proc Unbending till at least the 9th or 10th round, so things are going well though. You need to get the attacks on the boss. He's about halfway down, around 7 already. Oh, that's true. The guild tech will help Rogan. Alright, so he's living. This may be a nice and easy clear. So yeah, if you only have an E3 Horus, I mean, this was one attempt, assuming we get perfect. Wow. Yeah, so an E3 Horus can... And yeah, so we mostly did this for the crystals and the one-time win shards, but just to show people, I mean, we cleared Shadow 15 with one attempt with that team. 1 E3, 2 6-stars, and 3 3-stars. Pretty low budget team. Hopefully we can get some RNG. We'll try round 16 a few times. If we do some replacing that Lutz Since he doesn't, I mean, he's got a chance to stun 2 of the 4 backline heroes, but other than that, that Lutz isn't doing a ton for us. We will put the Athako in, just because this horse is going to go away. I don't think I'm going to push him to e5 after this. But I did want to show people that an e3 horse can get you pretty far in Shadow Seal Land. So especially if you're really early game and you saw some video that said make a horse first, you don't have... Ugh. So it may get you to 15. That said, an E5 horse isn't going to get you further than 18 without a ton of luck, mostly 17. So the difference between E2 and E3 is really going to be that unbending, which even here is going to be mostly luck based. I mean, if you get the blocks, if they miss you, if you get the stuns. I don't think rushing horse to E5 is that necessary. Although, I don't think we're going to get past... Maybe that was a really lucky run on 15. I'm honestly not sure. I know 16 is obviously harder, but I don't think we're going to be able to push any further than 15 with an E3 horse. So at least we got one clear to show off this team. We did get both freezes on the front row. Yeah, I don't think he has the damage at this point. And yeah, also to show that you don't need withered armor for this. It's nice if you have it, but please, please, please don't spend your relics on withered armor. Alright, so this is a little better than last time, and the boss is still taking damage. So when Horus does his attacks, you need to make sure you hit your boss in all of these early rounds, because Horus has obviously live a fairly low damage hero. Although you also want to kill these smaller guys. Hopefully we can get this one. That would be awesome. Come on, live. Alright, boss is down. Awesome. So look at that. An E3 Horus can get you Shadow 16. We're probably not going to clear 17. But the difference between an E3 horse and an E5 horse is 1 or 2 Seal Land levels. This is not a crazy team I made up. All we're running differently from most people is we're running a Lutz instead of a Karma. 3 Ice Trolls,